Ladies and gentlemen, children of the interwebs out there, Sebastion, Envi, style cinephile, and Captain America: Brave New World. Saw it a while ago, and I recorded a video. It was like way long, and I was just like, no, it doesn't need to be that long. So let's geek about it for a scant few minutes. Was the movie good? Wasn't terrible. Was it the best Marvel movie? Hell no. Was it the worst Marvel movie? Hell no. Because stuff like The Dark World and Iron Man 2 and 3 exist. Love and Thunder exist. So no, this was not the worst movie. Um, Obviously they set out to make a good movie. I mean, they had like 5 people on the writing credits for the movie. They did 11 billion reshoots of the movie, so they were trying to make a good movie. They were striking a similar chord as they did with The Winter Soldier, which is, for my money, the best MCU movie to date, even with the fan service moments of Infinity War and Endgame, the cultural seismic event that was like Black Panther and other successful movies. For my money, The Winter Soldier is still the best MCU movie. And they tried to strike a political intrigue sort of chord with that, with this film. Did they stick the landing? Honestly, not really. And it's no fault of the folks involved. Anthony Mackie deserves like way better than this. It's kind of like, it's annoying because when stuff like this kind of does badly, then certain segments of the population want to blame women or people of color and stuff like that. And it's just like, it's annoying that like they're finally giving us some shine in these projects, and now's when they decide to make the projects just purely ass or comport themselves like they forgot how to make a successful movie. It's annoying. um like, we get shine and then they want to do shit. Like, it's really annoying. um but the movie centers around a plot to get a hold of adamantium, this treaty between countries to equally share adamantium that's coming from a celestial, this metal that comes from a celestial, although it's not called celestium, it's called adamantium, because we needed a reason to bring adamantium into the MCU, so now we have it. Cool. So when the X-Men show up, we can have a young-ish Wolverine get his adamantium, and we're off to the races. The action in the movie, the hand-to-hand combat was very slow. Um, it was it was it was labored. That's a good word for it. It was labored. It wasn't smooth and fluid like it was in the Winter Soldier, and I could chalk it up to, in my head, to rationalize it, that Steve has the super soldier serum, which is why he moves like that, fights like that. Sam does not, so he fights differently. We got Giancarlo Esposito in there as part of the reshoots, a Sidewinder for the Serpent Society, and it just makes me mad that we are in a world, in this MCU world, where they've had Thanos and snapping half the universe out of existence, and aliens and monsters and creatures and all that other type of shit, and the Serpent Society gets reduced to being a shooty bang bang, like militant, like terror group, as opposed to who they are in the comics. That was hugely disappointing. The CG in it, my god, it goes from cool to like floating head kid in Love and Thunder terrible. There's a couple scenes where just 2 characters are talking, and you like to think they were outside talking, but it looks like shitty green screen. Like, the green screen on it is just so shitty, and I'm like, why is this still a thing? It just, I mean, the Red Hulk scenes were short. It was kind of cool what they did with it. Leader's involvement, like tying up plot threads from the Incredible Hulk, from the Eternals, cool. There was a scene, and I do wish that, because Harrison Ford came to play, he didn't just like collect a check. He, put his foot off in the role, and the story arc of General Ross, and kind of the guy that puts his country over himself, his life, his family, and that kind of makes him grow estranged from his daughter. And there's scenes in it that I wish we had the continuity of the late great William Hurt still in here as Thunderbolt, for like some payoff that we get in this film. I mean, the man passed away, rest in peace. So we, of course, wouldn't be able to get that, but it would have been cool if we were able to get that sort of continuation and that full circle moment with the original actor and some of the scenes that are in this film. But it is what it is. It's just one of those things that it just is. Like, it's just average. Is it good? It's okay. Is it, it's average. I know there's a lot of consternation over the inclusion of Sabra, who's an Israeli villain in the comics. They make her a former Israeli-born member of the Red Room, and here, and there's some consternation. People want to boycott it because of that. I guess the leftist Jill Stein type of people. My issue with her, because I'm not even getting into that political minefield that is Middle East and all that kind of stuff. My issue with her was, like, the actress that they chose was like the size of like a 13-year-old child. She couldn't act her way out of a paper bag. She was just like, this is the best we could get? Was this chick? Like, there's just so much stuff just working against this movie being able to do well. And that is really disappointing. Like, you put all this money into it, you take this time to do this stuff, and, like, I just feel like, how do you, like, fumble this? How do you fumble all these movies, like, as bad as, like, they have lately? I just don't understand it. And you have good, talented people who show up, give their blood, sweat, tears, heart, and soul to these projects, to these films, and these actors that are trying to make chicken salad out of chicken shit more often than not lately with these films and TV shows and stuff. Do they succeed? More often than not, they don't. And it sucks because it's through no fault of their own. They sign on, they have faith in the script and the director and the studios that are backing these films, and they get screwed in the end. It just kind of sucks. There's a cool cameo in the film leading another character, prominent character, kind of down a surprising path, which I guess we'll pick up in a movie later. And then there's like Joaquin being like Falcon Jr. Basically, he was annoying as shit. Carl Lumbly as Isaiah in this. It just sucks for him because, like, this is like the second time in a superhero role that Carl Lumbly was screwed by studio interference and shitty writing. If you've seen Mantis, you know what I'm talking about. But it is what it is. I want it to do well enough. So I doubt there'll be another Captain America movie. He'll show up again in the Avengers movies for Doomsday, Secret Wars, or maybe Battle World if they're going to go that route. And that's where his story will end. It is what it is. Anthony Mackie gave it his all. Harrison Ford gave it his all. Other folks in the movie gave it their all. It's okay. It's an okay New World in Captain America. But those are some of my thoughts on it, scattered as they often are. What are you guys out there thinking? Let me know in the comments below. Follow me on social media. Talk to me there. Talk to me here. Until next time, of course, and always, fuck Nazis and fuck Nazi sympathizers, and let us geek.